it's a simple DM like, hey, thank you for your post, thank you for your response. This is the link to the opt-in page. So that's the whole game. And is it really that simple? It is really that simple. That's the power of LinkedIn's networking system. So your connections, they see your post. So the people that are connected with you, they see your post. When a connection leaves a comment underneath your post, their connections will see this comment and also your post. And if your offer is interesting, the second connection, so the connections of your connections, they might comment. So here you see at the top, you see this, you see 2DE, which means second in Dutch. And this person, I never met him. He didn't know who I was, but he just saw this comment from somebody else. So he replies and we followed up from there. Then you reply to their comment and then you have a new lead as well.
Elko gave a presentation at our Genius X group, which is our 100K group, and it was freaking awesome. And so I've asked, and he's a 100K member, and I've asked him to give this presentation all the way from Amsterdam. So in this presentation, Elko de Boer will share with you one simple technique he uses on LinkedIn to grow his mailing list with valuable leads on a daily basis. He actually gave the presentation at our recent Genius X meeting, and it was so good and so simple, I asked him to share again with Genius Network members. Elko's title is Leads on LinkedIn, How to Get Consistent Free Leads on LinkedIn with this one simple technique. Please welcome Elko.
Okay, so today I'm going to talk about leads on LinkedIn, how you can get leads on LinkedIn. So I started implementing this strategy on January 11th of this year. So I've only been doing this for a couple of months. This is the first post that I post on LinkedIn. And as you can see, we had 847 likes and 442 comments. Well, as we all know, you don't really can buy things with your post or your linked or your likes or your comments. What we need is results. So what I've been doing with the simple strategy that I'm going to teach you today is something that gave us thousands of valuable opt-ins all in just a couple of months' time for free. And I want to be honest with you, I am not an expert on LinkedIn. I don't even like to be on LinkedIn myself. I don't even have access to my LinkedIn. But what I do know is how you can consistently grow your mailing list for free on LinkedIn. And what I've experienced is that nobody is doing this. So how do you get leads on LinkedIn? Well, first of all, what is a lead? It's really simple. A lead is somebody who fills in their name and their email address, and then they get on your mailing list. So how does this leads on LinkedIn technique work? Well, this is how most people try to do it. And they do it without any result. They put a post on LinkedIn, and in the post, they talk about what you can get, for example, an ebook or maybe a webinar or something else. And then people can click on the link and then they go to a page and then nobody signs up. As you can see here, we only got like 5 comments, 22 likes, and it just doesn't really work. And then people say like, LinkedIn doesn't work, but that's not the reality. The reality is LinkedIn does work, but it doesn't work because you're doing it wrong. It's really simple. I'm going to show you in just a second. So this is why it doesn't work. You should never share a link in your post. If you share a link in your post, LinkedIn will punish you. If you share a link in your post, you say like, hey, click this link to get on my opt-in page or whatever, you will get less views, you will have less engagement, and you will have a dead post. What LinkedIn truly wants is it wants to be a valuable platform. It wants to reward engagement, and it wants to keep the users on the platform. But if you put a link in your post, the users will leave the platform and then LinkedIn will punish you. So if you put a link in your post, they won't show your post or not as much as it could be. And what you actually do is you scare them away. So what you want to do is you want to play the game with LinkedIn. You should give them exactly what they want, and then you can win. So this is a really simple system. So I'm going to show you right now. As you can see here, this is a post. This was actually a LinkedIn Pulse post, but it works for any post. It works for an update or a video or any post on LinkedIn. So on the left, you see the post, and on the right, you see the last part of the post. And in the red, I just simply say, if you would like to receive this ebook, receive my notes, please leave a comment, and then I will send it to you by private message. That's the whole game. So you have a post, underneath the post, or in the post, you say, hey, if you want access to, for example, an ebook, leave a comment. Then people leave a comment. In this case, there were over 400 comments. They all say like, yeah, I would like to receive the book or whatever. Then what you do is then you go into the private DM, the private message, and you send them a message. And in this message, there's actually a link to your opt-in page. So that's the whole game. It's super, super simple. So step number 1, you post something valuable on LinkedIn, and then you ask for a comment in exchange for something extra. So you don't post something valuable and then you put a link in the post. No, you ask for a comment in exchange for something extra. So post, ask for something, and that's it. Because you get all those comments, you get more engagement. Because you get more engagement, you get more relevance score. Because you get a higher relevance score, you get more organic reach. And this is the beauty of LinkedIn. Because you get more organic reach, you also reach people outside of your own network. For example, if Joe today puts a post on Instagram, only his followers see the comments. If you on Facebook put a comment underneath somebody's post, only their followers see the comment. If you on LinkedIn put a comment, somebody puts a comment underneath your post, their followers see that comment, or at least a percentage of their followers see that comment. And that's how you can grow without or with the use of the network of your network. So this makes LinkedIn so special compared to Instagram and Facebook as well. So that's step number 1.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there.
Step number 2, you simply send a DM with a link. I outsource this 100%. It's super simple. Every day I got a guy who just sends the DMs. So it's a simple DM like, hey, thank you for your post. Thank you for your response. This is the link to the opt-in page. So that's the whole game. And is it really that simple? It is really that simple. That's the power of LinkedIn's networking system. So your connections, they see your post. So the people that are connected with you, they see your post. When a connection leaves a comment underneath your post, their connections will see this comment and also your post. And if your offer is interesting, the second connection, so the connections of your connections, they might comment. So here you see at the top, you see 2DE, which means second in Dutch. And this person, I never met him. He didn't know who I was, but he just saw this comment from somebody else. So he replies and we followed up from there. Then you reply to their comment and then you have a new lead as well. And also a new connection. So step number 1, post something valuable and ask for a comment in exchange for something extra. Step number 2, send a DM with a link. And is it a second connection? Is it a connection from a connection? Then you ask them like, hey, could you reply? Could you connect with me? And then from there on, you send a DM and that's it. So how to grow your mailing list? You have a post, people respond, you send a DM, and the DM goes to your mailing list, and that's it. So what I would suggest for you is outsource the DMs like you would outsource your customer support. I hope nobody here, or I think nobody here really does their own customer support. This is the same thing. I saw the comment earlier, like how can you find an email barista? It's just hiring. You hire somebody or somebody that you trust. That's important. And then you create a system. The system is really simple. Just follow up with the people and send them the link. And then you get consistent leads. Same goes for more webinar attendees. You put a post and then you don't say, click on the link to go to the webinar. No, you say like, hey, if you're interested, just let me know. And over here you see 236 comments. That's 236 people that follow my webinar for free. It's 100% for free. So we've got a post, people respond, then you send them a DM, and the DM goes to the GoToWebinar registration page, and that's simple. It's so effective, it's simple, it's free, and it's super valuable. So that's how you can grow your list on LinkedIn. Super simple, super valuable. Everybody can do it. No technical skills required, and that's it.
That was awesome, Elko.
Thank you.
Yeah. So anything else you're going to screen share? Or you want to go back to you?
I got like 2 or 3 more things that I got some questions last week as well with a 100K that I can share, and it's
Yep.
like 2 minutes.
No, keep going. Keep going. This is great.
So if I would advise people like how to start, I would suggest for you, because I haven't created like 5% of the content that we're putting on LinkedIn. It's all old content. So you can see here on the left, you see this old post from March 27, 2015. I just took my old post and this was a LinkedIn Pulse post. I took the old post, I copied it, new header, different headline, plus I added the extra comment underneath, like, hey, send me a message or reply and I'll send you a message. That's the difference between 13 likes and 847 likes. There's a difference between 1 comment and 442 comments. This post on the right, in one day it had over 1,000 connections on LinkedIn. But the thing is, I didn't create any new material because it was all old material. 95% of all the content that I put on LinkedIn, it's all old Facebook content, but it's just timeless. The same with Joe's emails, for example. All of his emails, they are timeless. They're still as relevant in 5 years. I mean, Dean has been talking about the 9-word email for 27 years already, and it's still relevant. You can use your old content, and I would actually advise to go through your old best content on, for example, Facebook. So which post had the most likes, the most responses, and just use that and use those that content on LinkedIn. And of course, check if it's relevant to post on LinkedIn. Also, don't take it too seriously. Just do it. It's simple. Ask for a comment in exchange for something you can give away. I would suggest what I did was extreme batching. Joe and I, we created a course. It's called Genius Focus, and one of the modules in Genius Focus is called extreme batching. What I did is I just focused for 2 days to really figure out what was all the old content, and now I have 1.5 years of content worth for LinkedIn. I would suggest for you to outsource the engagement. I would suggest also to leave LinkedIn to refocus, and then just let the leads come in. And that's about it. So those are some ideas for LinkedIn.
I love it, Elko. And what's so great about it is it's not only so effective for you, and it's also something that it's just simple. I mean, there's no one here that's incapable of doing this, or at least with a little setup, getting this to work for them. Didn't I take that Richard Branson picture of you?
I think so. It could be.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't know. Actually, it's very possible. It's funny. I look at that picture going, I wonder who took that. I wonder if I took that picture or not.
It's funny with that picture. It looks like we're best friends, but
Yeah.
actually Richard was talking to somebody else on the right. It was a woman, as you can see on the red, and he wasn't even talking to me. He was like, "Hey, let's snap a picture." Now it looks like we're best friends.
I got to show you this. Let me see if I can find it. I may not have it in here, but where is it? Yeah. So here's I'm going to do this on LinkedIn with what you're just showing with this picture. Can you see if that's Richard Branson reading my book? Yeah. And then say, would you like to get a copy of the book Richard Branson's reading? Comment below.
That's it.
Yeah. So you
That's
just
it. That's the whole game. It's so simple.
Yeah, totally. And I'm going to do one with this one with Gene Simmons. There's Gene Simmons pulling my finger. Do you want to know what I'm going to send you? I mean, this could get really bad with this one, but there's no telling. I could hear Jim Do just coming up with the jokes. Here's my sticker face with pictures of me with Peter Diamandis, Branson, and me with all of our stupid faces on these stickers. Yeah, because all these and these are old pictures, right?
I got one picture with Richard Branson. Now you want to steal my shine, like showing all the pictures.
Well, here's one with Sergey from Google, and my face is painted half white, and it's pretty. So anyway.
One more thing, Joe, because what people can do, and we spoke about this at 100K, is that this strategy will work for Facebook as well, or LinkedIn, or Instagram as well. It does work, but it will get your page banned, because Facebook, they don't want to do the bait and switch thing. So if you do it, they can delete your page. So I wouldn't recommend. I mean, it's effective on Facebook and Instagram as well, but they can actually delete your. It's against their rules. So
You
for
know what I'm going
LinkedIn,
to do? I'm going to try it with a Randy Zuckerberg picture and then see if Facebook bans me with Randy Zuckerberg.
yeah, try it.
Yeah, that would. That's
You'll
really
have a good
great.
story.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. So, okay, well, that was super, super valuable. So, anyone got a comment or question for Elko? Because I imagine some of you have now figured out how you're going to parlay this into a lot of engagement and probably make some money and do awesome stuff with that. So, anyone have a question?
Hey, Joe, Denise here. Can I ask Ilko a question?
Absolutely.
Cool. So thank you so much for that. That was really helpful. And I'd love to know, did you see Mike Koenig's presentation yesterday? You may not because of the time zone differences, but
No,
I'd love to know about how to combine the two strategies together with what Mike shared on what he does for LinkedIn with his clicked-in navigator stuff. Did you see that at all? I'd love your thoughts on it.
I wanted to see it, and I asked if I could see the replay, so I didn't say anything stupid today. So I haven't seen it, so I'm really curious. And I think Mike is 100x more expert on LinkedIn. This is the only strategy we use, and so. But I don't know.
Well, he's got a follow-up sort of AI system. And is Mike on right now? I don't think Mike is on right now. Yeah, he's probably trying to sober up or something from drinking last night. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, when will we have the replay for that ready, Eunice? Tomorrow. Okay, we'll have the. And by the way, Elko, you can watch it tomorrow. We'll have the replay ready.
Yeah, that's cool. It's Denise. What I would recommend with this, keep it simple. Like if you have somebody on a customer support, because it's not you won't get thousands of DMs, and it's so. Same with Dean. I mean, Dean has email baristas, and it's real people who actually respond to real people. And it takes a couple of minutes or maybe 30 minutes a day or something to reply to like 100 messages.
That's cool. Well, Mike showed also how he uses ClickedIn and this automation to find people in bulk that meet a certain criteria, and then it sends them automated messages using AI. And then he showed Limlist, this email software that allows you to respond to them with a custom message, even like a photo that has their name on it, where it's hyper personalized, but you can also do manual review. So you might want to combine some of it with your strategy, Ilko, to take it even to the next level.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of cool overlap there.
Yep, absolutely.
I'd love to have the two of you talk and like come up with like the next level strategy of combining what you're both doing.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So thank you for sharing it. I really appreciate it.
Welcome.
So Jeffrey wrote, are you very specific on the something extra that they get when they leave a comment, like leave a comment and you'll get?
Doesn't need to be super specific. So it has to be relevant to the message. So, I mean, I do it even when I post a YouTube video. I post like a short post, and then I don't tell them like, hey, leave a comment and I'll send you a YouTube video. I just say like, hey, I got some more info, or I got a video about this thing. Would you like to have access to this video? And then we just follow up with a link to the YouTube video. So you got to be creative with it, and I wouldn't be too marketing-ish. It needs to be low key. I saw somebody last week who he tried the same, but it was too marketing-ish. But if you do it low key, like, hey, I got something cool and I think you'll like it. If you just leave a comment, I'll get in touch with you. Versus benefit, and it needs to be sort of native and just in a relaxed way. And if you do it in a relaxed way, don't overthink it. It's actually super simple and just works, and get the gist of it. Like really test some things and see what works and what doesn't work, and from there on you'll get better.
Awesome. So Christy Stay wrote, are you asking for an email on the fill-in contact page?
Yeah, so in the DM, and Randy, DM stands for direct message. So you you send a direct message to the people who responds underneath your post, and then in the direct message, it's simply a link to an opt-in page. So you say thank you for your comment. you can get access to, for example, the free report or the ebook or whatever. Just click the link, and people click the link, they go to an opt-in page, and they fill in their name and email address. So it's, again, super simple.
Okay.
Hey,
I love what,
this is Wes. I have a question.
go ahead.
Yes.
I actually used this last week, and it was super successful. So I had 3 videos posted where I said, hey, you can download this thing. But the people in my office reposted it on their LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook and everything else. And then people left, they direct messaged the people who left the message.
Yeah.
Would you give them the link for them to send out, or would you funnel it back to me?
You want to build one post. You want to the engagement and all the comments, everything. One post needs to grow. You don't want to dilute. One post and just feed that post versus sharing it on multiple platforms.
Okay, because that was my problem, because now the people, like my employees and people who reposted that, now they have the direct message, and then I gave them the link for them to send, and it becomes a nightmare, because now I get all these direct messages saying, hey, I need that DM link for me to send out.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But like, great that you I saw that message yesterday. So you did great already. It's good.
Yeah.
And
you know why all these problems exist, Wesley, like that? All this complexity?
Why?
Because everyone here decided to start a business. That's the problem. You know, we all suffer from this disease of called entrepreneurship, and we just create these things. You know, I have this conversation with Eunice on a frequent basis that, you know, what an entrepreneur does is they solve problems for a profit, and you're always having continual problems by being a business owner. But like, people actually think if they read the right book, attend the right group, go to the right seminar, hire the right therapist, whatever, they're ever going to get to a point where there's not all this complexity. But it's like, that's what kind of comes out of running a business, all the different little nuances, and just honing it down, and just all the, you know, all the creativity that exists as a result of it. You know, if you invent planes, then you've also invented plane crashes. And that's sort of the deal. But yeah, I mean, that's the little nuances like that. What you just asked is really valuable as everyone, you know, figures this out to avoid doing that. That was a really good point.
One more thing for Wesley as well, for everybody as well, is once you have a post that's really running and you get engagement and it's rolling. I mean, a lot of people tell you, like, yeah, you need to be consistent with your post, or post every day at 9 o'clock or whatever. Once you have a viral post, a post that really goes well, you don't want to add a new post, because with that way you kill the post that's already going. It's different with Facebook and Instagram, doesn't matter. With LinkedIn, if something's popping, it's going well, and you create a new post the next day at 9 a.m., for example, you kill the post that's already running. So leave it running until it's not engaging anymore, till you don't get that many comments anymore and likes, and then you post a new post.
All right, that's good feedback, because I got the who, not how. So I got a person, and then all of a sudden they see that it's working. So then they took 2 other videos that were shot and dumped them at the same time. So now I had, you know, they're like competing with each other. Yeah. So I completely see that. So thanks for that.
And diversify as well, like do like a video and then a post and then an image, and diversify a little bit.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. You're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.